No matter how advanced Football Manager will get, I just cannot drag myself away from using a notebook. Lovely handwritten words written by a master, if I do say so myself, about really important things such as who do I want to buy, highlighting ones I have bought, and also following that, annoying players who get sent off once and are then banned for 3 matches.
1, 2, and we're off. Play me, play me, play me. Play me like my tongue is grinding.
I'm the worst football manager ever, and welcome to episode 2 of the Slough Saga. Thanks for joining me for episode 1 if you watched that. If you didn't watch that and you've jumped into episode 2, you've only got 1 to catch up on. So why don't you head back, watch that, and then come back to here. Just to remind you, I'm coming back to the world of Football Manager after a little bit of a break, so bear with me with this thing. I recognise in episode 1 the audio was dodgy. I get that. You know what your mum and your dad are like when you try to FaceTime them and they give you like the kind of triple chins view of like, oh yeah, and like all you can see is up their nose. The equivalent of that is what I'm now like with YouTube, because it's changed so much in 2 years. I know I'm old and stupid and I need to get on with it, but it's just proving a little bit tricky. But welcome today to Arbour Park. This is the home of Slough Town FC, where we're about to play against Concord Rangers in the Vanarama National League South, and things are going very well. Before we jump into this game, I just want to give you a very brief update on how we're getting on. So since that last game against Welling where we won 4-3, what a game, by the way, what a game. What such gripping drama in episode 1. If that is what is happening in episode 1, I'm in eager anticipation of what will happen for the rest of this season and the rest of this save. It'll probably be downhill from here, but if you look so far at this little screen here, look at how green it is. It's like a field of dreams, this green so far. We won 4-3 against Welling, as you're probably aware. So we played against Braintree and we won 2-1 against Braintree. And it wasn't really a sea of green, but more like a sea of yellow. It looks like a waterfall of urine coming down here as we see, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellows, and then one of them became a red, and so we were then playing against 10 men for most of it, which was very handy. Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain scored an absolute belter from about 1,000,000 miles out, because obviously it's the FM20 beta and it's long shots. By the way, thank you for your thoughts, and I decided not to put the team instruction of take long shots, so you'll be pleased to know I'm still a proper manager. As it were. But we did very well. Harry Crawford getting another. He's now got 3 this season, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, as I said, scored 1 as well. So all that to say, we are sitting very comfortably in second place. We've got joint 9 points at the top with Dartford, and 3 games, 3 wins. I couldn't ask for more. Couldn't ask for more. Thanks, lads. Other good news is that Aaron Sibia, Aaron Sibia, who was injured in the pre-season friendly, just didn't get him to get to watch him play in the last game. He wasn't even playing in the last game, but for today's match, he is fit and healthy. And because my other left wing is doing well, he's actually going to play in centre mid today. He can play centre mid, as you can see here. He can play as an attacking midfielder or midfielder centre. I actually really was thinking for him to be my left or right winger, but today he's going to play kind of just central midfield kind of role, sort of a bit of a playmaker, and we'll see how he gets on in that role today. However, it hasn't all been roses and happiness. Ryan Birds, who had that atrocious challenge in the last game against Welling, he quite rightly got sent off, and he's now been banned for a further 2 matches. You filthy 31-year-old Englishman. Disgusting. Disgraceful. He should sort his life out. One of the things that's interesting about this year is that you can set at the beginning of the season your kind of what's it called, like disciplinary procedures. So how much do people get fined? And this fella here automatically got fined when he got sent off. However, also I set it so that if anyone skips training, they'll get fined. And I've never had anyone skip training before. No joke, ever had anyone skip training. And one of my players did. Manny Williams, this player here, 37 years old. He doesn't really like me much anyway because he's never going to play. But he skipped training. So immediately, boom, automatically got fined for it, which is quite interesting. However, this brings us to today's game against Concord. Concord are sitting in about 6th place, and here's my starting 11. We've got Ben Pearce in goal, we've got right back Oxlade-Chamberlain, left back Rhian O'Sullivan, Nisbet and Togwell in centre backs, same as the last game and last episode you saw. Right wing, we've got Joe Grant. We've kept in Belickley in left wing because he's been playing pretty well for me. We've got Lench in the middle, and Aaron Stibier has now come on, as I said, to play as a kind of a midfield but an advanced playmaker in that kind of role, replacing Milo Hall. And up front we've got Crawford, and it is this fella here, Ben Harris, who is taking the place of Bird, who's obviously suspended. That is about it. We're ready to go. We're gonna smash this. I feel like we're gonna keep going. I feel like we're on a run. We're undefeated. You heard. I used the word. So let's see if we can keep it going. Looking forward to another game today. I hope you are well. Football Manager fans and friends alike. Thanks for joining me today. If this is the first time you've watched a video and you're enjoying it, then you can always subscribe to this content and follow along on the journey of the Slough Saga, see where we get them to. Meanwhile, Ben Harris has a lovely shot from around the penalty spot area, and it was held by Haig. I think that's their keeper's name. Something Haig, is it? Oh, yeah, Chris Haig. Keeper, 22 years old, young keeper. Yes, you can follow along, subscribe to this content, obviously hit the bell button, then you'll get notified every time a new video is arriving into the land of YouTube. And then of course you can like this. If you like it, hit the thumb up stuff. Meanwhile, Concord are attacking here. Is Nuble. Oh, that's not a very fancy name. Here's Blanchfield on the D, and he has a shot from long way out, and it's a great save from Ben Pearce. Oh, those long shots. It's one of those things where obviously it's great when you score a long shot, not so great when you give one away. You know, that's very deeply profound knowledge there for you. But I am hoping they'll sort that out. They've got to sort it out, haven't they? It's clearly a thing. Like, literally, Oxlade-Chamberlain's goal from the last game was a good 40 yards out. It was ridiculous. It was a beauty. It was a beauty. People would watch it for years to come. But it got a bit silly. It gets a bit silly, doesn't it? Now, you know, all a bit silly. Everyone needs to calm down and stop taking long shots. Let's actually play some proper football, if that's possible in the Vanarama South. Here we have Schmoll in the middle of the pitch and pumped forward. And is Kundal going to get onto that? Unfortunate surname for him. And he passes it into Green. Oh, and tipped over the bar by Ben Pearce. Oh, we're heading into close to half-time, and it's looking pretty even. I think Concord have had a slightly more possession here. Nisbet heads out the corner there, but Green's got it on the right again. Oh, Condor has a shot, and it comes off the post, but Toggies, the big Tog, that's a terrible name, Togwell, clears it out for a corner. Nisbet heads out that corner again, and Green is going to try and probably put it back in again. Blanchfield on the edge of the box. Over to Nuble, and then cleared from Nisbet again, and Crawford picks up the loose ball. Are we going to go on a bit of a counter-attack here? No, we're not. We're not going to counter. We're just going to waste the possession, and that's it. So we're in half-time, and I'm reasonably happy. I just kind of want to keep it going, really. Oh, they're all quite happy with that, so let's just come out of that and leave that there. I don't want to touch too many buttons if I ruin it. Look, they all look delighted and extremely delighted. And off we go again. Doesn't seem like much is particularly happening. Concord having more shots than us. We're about half an hour to go now, and not much is happening. And Aaron Stibier is actually having a really duff game. 6.4. You know when you really want to show off a player and then they go and do a 6.4? Do you know what I mean? Come on, Matt. You show it. You're embarrassing me. Devontae, look, you're embarrassing me. And he's nervous as well. So should we take him off? Let's put Simon Dunn on. And I'll tell you what, we'll take Warren Harris off as well. Just as an aside note, Simon Dunn, who is a real-life Slough player, in recent times, has just taken a step back from football for mental health issues. And I just think that is so admirable. I don't know if you suffer from any mental health things, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. This guy he's clearly decided and realised that he can't really operate to full potential to serve his club well, so he's taken a step back while he looks to get better. And I just think that's an amazingly honourable thing to do. Often we kind of shy away from mental health as if it's not an illness. It's not like it's not like hurt your leg. This kind of thing. I just think it's really honourable. But anyway, that was a bit of an aside. Me on my soapbox there. Oh, crap. Meanwhile, Greg Cundall. I can think of a different surname for him now. He heads it in. So 1-0. Oh, 3 minutes to go. Oh, you flipping heck, lads. Don't lose the first game of the season on camera. Do you know what I mean? Right, we're going to have to do something here. We might need to go a little bit more attacking for the final couple of minutes. Been a bit stupid here. I've put myself on key highlights, and I'm not really used to playing on key highlights, and it goes by too quickly, doesn't it? It just goes by too quickly. We're going to bring on Harry Crawford as well. Yeah, we've gone into an attacking style. Let's see if this does anything. Manny Williams is coming on. This old fella, 37 years old. He really is 37. Oh, and that's the end of the game. Oh, really quite poor from us really in the end, wasn't it? I think we had 3 shots that whole second half. Only 1 on target the whole game. Oh, and they had 11 shots, 3 on target. Aaron Stibia, that was his career debut. So to give him the benefit of the doubt, fair play to him. But that was a poor game for him. I was hoping for a bit better, but never mind. Nisbet had not a bad game, but really it was just mildly disappointed. Just one of those days, lads. One of those days. Happens to all of us. I'm happy that I get to share the normality of football with you. That basically brings us to the end of today's episode. Made his professional debut. Aaron Sibio, proud moment, watched by his family and given a rapturous about. His mum was there going, "Go on, Devontae! I love you, mate." And then he's like, "Hi, mum." Not that he was on telly, because that's obviously the only time you say hello, mum, is when you feature on the background of a BBC News report. So that brings us to the end of today's episode. Oh, we've just lost our first game of the season. We've dropped down to 4th place, but that's not so bad. We're still doing okay. Remember, all we're supposed to be doing, according to the board, is avoiding relegation. Also, the back of my mind is the massive wage budget that I have blown and gone over. So you see there's 9 players there. Some of these are going to have to go. Some of them will have to go because I just got to save some money somewhere. I think we're going to at least need to get rid of 3 of them, and I don't know who it's going to be. I'd love to get rid of Manny Williams, but nobody wants to buy him because he's so old. So I've got him for the year. We've got a couple of other. It might need to be Milo Hall that needs to go. I need to think about it. But anyway, I will leave it there for now. We'll join you next time. We'll at least play Oxford City. We'll probably play Dartford, who are top of the league. We'll try and play top of the league. We'll try and beat the top of the league on camera. We can do it, lads. We can do it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you're enjoying FM20 if you've got the game yourself. As I said, if you like stuff, hit the like button. Join me by subscribing and clicking the bell so you get notified. If you want to chat, I'm on Twitter at WorstFManager, and of course I'm on Twitch as well, very occasionally streaming at WorstFManager as well. I just want to reiterate, it's so good to be back. Thank you so much for all your wonderful encouragement. I love you guys so much. Appreciate all the thoughts and the stirring me on to do more. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. I'll see you later.